Family, now we're going to go over the fun fact, but y'all continue to chat. Oh, did you see me get smooth with it? Now, family, let me ask you this here. What one document can you use, if you have it, to find out the status of your conditions or that you're service connected for? You find out what you're service connected for, what you're not service connected for, the condition, the code number, the comeback status code, and whether you have any future exams or not. So this is the fun fact. What is it called, family? Put in the chat, let us know. I'm gonna sip a little tea. Let us know, fam. I want to know. Somebody put it in there. I'm over here playing with these little chips. Don't pay me no mind. Y'all put it in there. I want y'all to. Let's see what y'all come up with, family. Thank y'all. What is it? And I want y'all to be honest with H-Town. Number one, say beautiful, blessed Thursday and showing love. Thank y'all for all the donations. Baxwood Law say the code sheet. Okay, that's right. The rating code sheet from Jimmy Elmore. I guess the C sheet, been the code sheet, says Charlton. Benny says the rating code sheet, one of the most important documents in your VA claim history, family. It's important to keep that updated, and it's hard to get sometimes. Neil Stepp says code sheet, but it takes forever to get, depending on where you go get it from. And our sister saying blessings to everybody that's giving. Now listen to what Betty says. She telling you, listen what she said. You can go to your local VARO if you know where it is, and they can print it out for you. At first, they didn't print it out for me when I requested it, and I gave me other documents, my decision letter, my notification letter, but they wouldn't give me that. Come back and say, hey, they never gave me this. Man went right back there and gave it to me, one of the VA employees. Or you can call for it, some people say. Or your VSO. You can get it through your VSO, or VBMS Access can print it for you too. Now, I didn't know that. See, thank y'all. See, now, family, let me ask you. Now, I need y'all to be honest. Okay, we about to get into it here. I need you to be honest now, and I want everybody to participate because this is important information. When it comes to your VA rating code sheet, all right, you need to break down the codes that's in there. And I need to know, do y'all have this? If you actually have your VA code sheet, it would look like the document to the right, and it would have all the things that you're rated for and all the claims that are denied and deferred. Isn't this some fun facts? Put a yes in the chat if you got your VA code sheet, or put a no in the chat if you don't have an up-to-date. You don't have it. Just say you don't have it at all. If you do have it, make sure it's up to date. Do you have your code sheet? Yes or no? I need to know. H-Town got here. Let me put mine. You can put a Y yes or N for no. You can put Y yes or N no. Or you can put the full thing. Okay, now let's see. San Diego. Now I want y'all to be honest now. Jimmy Elmore has his VA rating code sheet. San Diego has his. 101 says no. Try to make sure you get it. If you need help, we'll let you know where to get it. You have any problem, let us know. Check. Okay. That code sheet on the right side, long detail version. Yes, indeed. Betty say yes. Charlton say no. Uh-oh, Charlton. Why you don't have that code sheet? You've been in there a long time. We done about 5 videos. Am I retaliating against Charlton? Charlton, why you don't have your code sheet? The teacher say do your homework. Did it fall off the ship into the ocean, Charlton? Let us know. Benny, or is your branch close to you? There's a short version, and ask them for the long, detailed version. Now, okay, yeah. I think on the code sheet, they're going to give you all this information they got to. Shipmate is being slow. Now, Shipmate, Novell is in the house. Everybody show love to Novell. We want to make sure, let us know what we can do to help you, Charlton, get that VA code sheet, and those rest of y'all that need it. Because it took me a while to get it. I only got an updated one about 2 months ago. Please like, share, and subscribe, and click on those notifications. If you got your notification bell, put a bell in the chat, or the word bell in the chat. And thank y'all for being here. Now we're going to get on topic. Is that all right? And the topic for tonight is, when you got your 100% permanent and total, do you call it quits? Let us know what y'all got the notifications or not. We really need to know. In particular, we're going to ask you a question. We want to know, fam. Uh-oh. All right. We want to know, fam. Y'all going to let us know tonight? All right. Now, what are we asking you? Say no. Let me ask you, once you got your 100% permanent total, I haven't finished the question yet. Once you got your 100% permanent total, if you got it, because we know our brother got it tonight, are you done? If you're done, put a check mark. After you get 100% permanent total, put done in the chat. If not, put poking the bear, a bear emoji. Put a done or a check mark for done, or poke the bear. Let us know what you're going to do. Y'all let us know what you're going to do. Scott, are you done, or are you going to poke the bear for something else? All right, let's see what we have. We have in here, we have 17 likes and 21 watching. Then it say, Big Blue got the notification. Thank you for being in the room. Jimmy Elmore got the notifications. And then say, they gave me the short version. Yeah, we talking about, this is just the VA rating code sheet. You might be talking about the decision letter, Betty. There's no short version to the code sheet. Let me see. Let's see what y'all talking about. Let's see. Come on, fam. Let's see what y'all doing. And the question, y'all go ahead and let us know in the chat. And the question is, should disabled veterans open any new claims, any new VBA claims, once they are awarded 100% permanent total disability rating? This message is right on point, because Scott got his 100% permanent total. Now listen what he said. I am done. All my major conditions are service connected. We're going to see once you watch this here video. Let's see what y'all talking about. If you're done, put done in the chat. If not, put bear or poke the bear, because there's risk. Uh-oh. What happened to that? Let me see. Part 1, avoiding the risk. Part 1, avoiding the risk. You go to the VBA and you want to file another claim after you got your 100% permanent total. After you've gotten it. Some of you say don't touch. Put done or don't touch. If you Or do you plan on poking that bear? That bear look like it's eyeballing me. I want to poke. Now listen. Neil Steph say poking the bear. Novell say done. Charlton say poke the bear. Benny say poke the bear. All right. I'm gonna get to the rest of y'all. I am done, Scott. So I read that. Now listen what Betty said. I called them for the code sheet, and I was emailed the short version, and I called a few months ago and questioned the detailed rating code sheet, and they sent the long detailed version through email. Well, to me, with the code sheet, either it's complete or incomplete. Now listen, Backwoods Law said another thing to keep in mind: special monthly compensation is not a new claim. It is treated as an increase on your 100% P&T. Yeah, but it functions the same. They still may look at your 100%, possibly. That's a distinction. Maybe Backwoods Law without a difference. Let me know what you think. So if it will not open you up, open all of your old claims. Now, I don't know about that. San Diego, so no touch. Betty say poke the bear. Very good, Betty. Okay, now let's see. I missed a few people up here. Jimmy Elmore said depends whether you'll file a new claim once you have 100% permanent total. Now look at Scottsboro. It says the only way I will poke the bear is if my new condition is something I would die from or isn't connected to any of my other conditions, and I know it's a sure thing. Yeah, now that's a good thing. But even if it is connected, but you don't have secondary service connection, you might want to do that. Tell me if I'm making sense. 101 say done. Now let me see. I think I got Backwoods Law. Let me get your last statement here. It says the only way to mess around is if you have something that is not connected yet, but you think may be the cause of your unaliving. Then you work to get it service connected if that is the case. And even if it ain't primary, it can be a secondary service connection. Is that makes sense? It's a regional office in Philadelphia. Okay, that's where you go. Okay, better. Say thank you, Jimmy. Yes, indeed. Now listen, Backwoods Law says this. If you word it wrong, you are correct, H-Town, if you say something is worse or you are requesting special monthly compensation due to that. There you go. Now that's making sense. Then you just screwed yourself and they open up your old claims. They don't always open it up. You're right. It's the way you word things. You got to be careful about that too. We have 17 likes and 20 watching, family. Thank you for doing the count. Yes, indeed. So family, if you haven't clicked on no notifications, we appreciate it. Like we said, the question tonight is, should disabled veterans open any new VBA claims, that's at the regional office, once they are awarded 100% P&T disability rating? Some say no, some say yes. We want to know how you feel about it as we go through the slideshow, right? So we thank y'all for being so incredibly engaging tonight. So let's see. Saying unless it ends in death. So now we're going to talk about the reasons why you shouldn't, okay? So let me go back on that. Let me show you what I was saying. Because the first part one, is going to be the reasons you shouldn't. Let me go back over that. All right. So number one, to avoid the risk of getting a reduction of your 100% permanent total. That's part one. So what are some of the reasons, okay? Let's talk about it. You go to the VAB claims office, dealing with them. Do you touch or don't touch? We talked about that. It's risk involved. Now, the first risk is it worth it, right? The juice may not be worth the squeeze. You're already getting the highest you can get on a cellular level. You're already at 100%. You can't get no more money, right? So why would you open up a claim for something else if it's not going to get you any more money? And we're going to talk about both sides. So if you're 100% permanent total, you have the highest cellular rating with the least restriction. It's a permanent rating at the total level. So you're getting tax-free money. Now listen what backwards law says. Good to consult with an experienced VSO or claim agent prior to filing for SMC. Yes, I think say backwoods law facts. Yes, you might want to see a lawyer if it's necessary. So you're getting the highest amount you can get at the 100% level. All 100% pay the same, but 100% permanent total, you're getting the most money you can get, right? So it's the highest scheduler rating. So if you're filing a new claim, why would it be beneficial? So we have Dome in here says it's worth it if you live overseas and need the service connection to get treated. Yes, especially in the Philippines, that they have a VA over there, but you may need be service connected for the condition to get treated. And that's kind of scary because what if you're sick with a non-service connected illness? They don't care if you're 100%. You have to be service connected. Everybody show love to Dome. Glad to see you. From Betty. 66 say, hey, Dome. Now listen to what Charlton says. Charlton say, I say yes. If new condition, no if secondary, get it service connected for treatment on the record. Yes, and the secondary, it still will cover you. Everybody showing love to Dome. Everybody show love to Dome. Everybody showing thank you. Dome is cool. Now listen, fam, let's go in it. You already got the most money. You're 100% permanent total. You're getting the most money, the most bang for your buck financially. All right? Don't mean to word it like that. 100% permanent total. You got the highest percentage you get, right, with the least restrictions. So you got the highest scalar rate. It means you're paid at the 100% rate. And you're getting the benefits that come at that 100% rate, which is a lot of them for you and your dependents, right? Burial benefits, housing benefits at the state level, sometime adaptive housing, adaptive vehicle. It's a whole bunch of stuff, right? So you also get all of the benefits that come from 0 to 90% in addition to the ones that come at the 100% rate. Because remember what H-Town told you, that disability ratings accumulate. So if your first rating is 40%, you're going to automatically get the benefits that come at a 0, 10, 20, and 30%. Come on now, fam. And at the 100% permanent total, of course, for dependents only, there is CHAM VA healthcare. So if you're trying to open a new claim, if you lose your 100% permanent total, you're going to lose not just how much you make at the 100% rate, you might also lose CHAM VA for your dependents and Chapter 35 educational benefits for your dependents. That's scary now. And if you pass away, may not be able to get the DIC death benefit for your dependents unless you passed away of a service-connected disability. Space age travel. You're going to probably lose the ID card and not be able to travel on the base if you're not 100% no more. specifically 100% permanent total. And with the Space Age Travel Act, you can travel military flights, MAC flights, to the continental United States, directly to the Virgin Islands, America, Samoa, Puerto Rico, Alaska, Hawaii, and Guam. I want to go to Guam. Now listen, oh, they saying they talking to each other. Evening Betty shipmate, keep dry, bad weather down in Philly. Y'all be safe out there. Now, family. So these are the things you got to understand that when you got these, what you're putting at risk. And dental, once you lose your 100%, let's say you lose if you lose 100% permanent total, most likely they're going to reduce you below 100%. Huh? So dental comes at 100% rating. Now, here's the thing. So here's another reason why to avoid filing claims once you have 100% permanent total rating. You may be filing for one thing, y'all said a little earlier, but it might trigger a reexamination of your P&T status, your 100% permanent total status. All right, your rating decision. You got your 100% permanent total, you cool, file closed. But then you say you want to open it up for something else, the PAC Act or something, right? So look on your exam, your VA rating code sheet, where it say future exam, and see if it says none. If it says none, whatever, you have one condition, then you're straight. That means your condition most likely is static. Now listen, you say, let's see what he says about Guam. I want to know. Now, backwards law says, you go to Guam, let me know, H-Town. I know a few mayors there. Okay. Went to high school with them. They will treat you like visiting royalty. I will definitely let you know. So none. Okay, yours say none. On your rating code sheet, does it say, y'all, if y'all got y'all rating code sheet, if you looked at it, what does it say, fam? Let us know if it tell you if you have any future exam. Right there in red, it says none for Mr. John Brown. So he is permanent, no future exams, permanent total. Let's talk about it. Now, let's see, hey, you still want to open up, submit a claim for whatever reason. The PAC Act, you might have an illness. Static, it says static for the conditions. Yours say static. Say none, okay. All of mine are listed as static. Okay, now that's good. Now listen, that means no future exams. Now, you could be static at 0%. It doesn't just have to be 100%. Now here we go. You go file a claim, then they schedule you for a reevaluation of your 100% permanent total, saying, they might want to open it since they're doing it. And like our brother say, it might be related. I think the best time to file for another claim is right after you got evaluated for the 100% permanent total. They're very unlikely to turn you right back in. They just approved it. Now, on my commissary letter, it says no future exam. I hear you. And on your ID, it should say permanent or something like that. 0 static. Yes, indeed. Got 2 zeros that's static. That means that you're going to keep that service connection. So if they call you in for a reevaluation, they've been known to do it. Remember we said that the VA will call you in for a reevaluation. They do it sometimes breaking the rules, but know your rights. Scott says yes. And the Office of Inspector General called them out on this. Now, for more information about having 100% permanent and total rating and reductions, look at our video talking about the 8 events that trigger a reduction of a 100% permanent total rating. Permanent does not mean never will change, okay? Let's see what we got here. And you say yes, okay. Yes from Scott. Thank you. Say yes. Now, the third thing is a Q. Y'all tell me what the word Q stands for. Tell H-Town what the word Q stands for in VA terms. Let's see if anybody, we're doing a little quiz test here. Well, y'all gonna see me eating little chips. Y'all don't be mad at me. I'm hungry. Okay, now somebody got it. AQ is what? Now listen to what he says. Backwards law say it's clear and unmistakable error. So when they decided your claim, and we're talking in particular here, you're 100% permanent and total. When they decided, they made a clear and unmistakable error. Okay, but they don't know it because they approved the claim. But if you open up a new claim, they may go back to see if it's any mistakes that was made when they made the first decision. They say, "Oh, that 100%." Even though we're in here for special money conversation, even though we might be in here for some other claim that you filed for the PACT Act, huh? We see that we made a mistake when we gave you 100% permanent total. That sounds scary, don't it? What backwards law said. Okay, thumbs up. Q, disagree. Translation: VA got the dog, the dog pregnant. Oh Lord! Now I say question. This is from Charleston. Question said he said question. How you tell the difference in the VA exam, normal PCP, one or reexamination? Well, reexamination. Okay, regular exam. They're taking you in there for three reasons: either to get a service connection, they use on. I mean, either to get a diagnosis in the CMP exam, or to establish a connection to service, a nexus, or for a measure of severity, or all three. When it comes to a reexamination, they're checking to see if your condition has improved, stayed the same, or gotten worse. Did you hear what I said? Really, they just do it to see if it's improved, but it may have stayed the same or gotten worse. Okay? When the VA send you to a reexamination, it's to see if your condition has improved. Usually, when they go in to check you for a CMP exam, they checking to see have it gotten worse. Now, backwards law say VA medical will be the superior, CMP will be the PDF file. Okay. Hope we answered the question, Charlton. Let us know if it's clear. If not, let us know. So if you open up a new claim, start, and you already 100% permanent total, you just need to know how that works. And they may review your other conditions, or they may not. They may leave you 100% permanent total alone. But know when you open up a new claim, it's a possibility, because the VA do random stuff. Now, if they find an error when they gave you your 100% permanent total, huh? They might propose to reduce you, huh? You better get your coins and stuff together, get your information together. Now, listen to what 101 say. They added PTSD to my mental health, and now its effective date is now, and it was 2024. Yes. Now, see if it's permanent and static in nature, because one of the ones that they reduce the most is mental health conditions, specifically PTSD, if it's not permanent or if there's future exams. Because they believe that it's a chance that it might improve. Is that all right? Now, backwards law say there is a good, here's a good question for everyone. How do you know when your decision letter is free and clear and you can rest easy, meaning free and clear of errors? Is that what you're talking about? No, not clear. If had 3 exams for the same, just appointment, not saying if CMP. Well, you need to ask them what it's for. If they send you anything, something, is this a CMP exam, compensation and pension exam, and what conditions is it for, or what type of exam it is? Betty said we have 17 likes and 17 watching. Thank you, family, for being here. We appreciate your kindness. Let us if the VA make errors, and they have, right? We had this issue with the Philadelphia office. If they made an error in giving you your 100% permanent total, these are the things that you need to consider. That they might reduce it. They say, oh, we made a mistake, our bad, and take your rating away. All right? But that's when they have access to the claim because you may have opened up a new claim. Are we making sense with it? Now, let's see what backwards law say. You have to be scheduled for a CMP exam, and the doctor should tell you as well. If they don't, you call and let the exam the examiner redone. Now, let's get something straight. You can go to a CMP exam outside the VA, or you can be scheduled to go to a CMP exam at the VA, meaning the VHA, the VA healthcare system, or the VA hospital. Who has ever been scheduled for a CMP exam at the VA hospital? I have. Put me in the chat, or not me. Not with your primary care. They just have special doctors that do it. With me or not me. If you've ever been scheduled, was it favorable? Was it not? Mine wasn't favorable. Now, Betty says me. Me or not me? Which have y'all ever done it? Jimmy has never had one. Now, I've had one there. At the VA hospital, they send you to it. If they can do it at the VA hospital, why can't my primary care doctor fill out a DBQ? Charlton say me. Now, listen to what backwards law say. Last time was just about 20 years ago. Okay. 101 say me. A lot of us has had exams, CMP exams, that the VA sends you to get examined for a compensation and pension exam. You've had them at the VA hospital. Not all, it's a mixed bag. Not Neil. Now, let me ask you, for those that it was approved, put A in the chat. All right. If it was approved, put A in the chat. Why this thing ain't working? And if it wasn't approved, put D for denied in the chat. For those that went to the VA hospital for the CMP exam, put an A in the chat if it was approved, put a D if it was denied. Mine was denied. I am getting approved by the outside doctor. So H-Town was denied. Backwards law claim was denied. CMP exam was a denial when he went at the VA hospital. So was Betty's. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that for letting us know. Now listen. So watch those errors. Check over your paperwork. Well, you know, I say, okay, you had one 20 years ago. Okay. 2 approved VA, 1 deferred VA. Charlton has insider knowledge, insider trading, Charlton. Am I throwing shade on you? Who you know? Where the hookup at, bro? Where you get the hookup at, Charlton? Why you get approved and many of us got denied? Betty got approved too. They denied H-Town. They didn't even want to tell me why. You know, I just went on with my life. Let's talk about it. And it's always the case of fraud. Let's say you open up a new claim, you already 100% permanent total. They go in and reevaluate while they're working on the other claim, they reevaluate your claim for the 100% permanent total and find out, oh, we had a clear, unmistakable error, a Q, but it has to do with fraud. And you may lose your 100% that way. Now say, one looked like someone dropped dead and the claim is still sitting there since 2009. Seems like you better find out the status of that. They won't give up, LOL. Now listen, you gotta be very careful with this, fam. Only time you're gonna be straight is once you had your condition for 20 years without fraud, you're gonna be straight. So open up as many claims as you want to then. If you locked in at the 100% rate, or whatever rate you locked in, you done for 20 years, let's say at the 80% rate, file for it, because now they can't, once you got the 20-year protection on that disability being paid at a certain rate, they can't file as many claims you want to, because they can't go revisit something that's been in place for 20 years unless they can prove fraud. And they don't supposed to be looking at it anyway. Now listen what Charlton say. I treat the people nice, don't yell, LOL, and thank them. Be nice. Oh, we ain't being nice. Does he be kissing up to him? Charlton, what you trying to say about us? Now, family, unfortunately, one of the biggest things of opening a claim in this political climate is the fact that veterans have a negative stigma on them, dealing with the media, dealing with Congress, dealing with other anti-veteran veterans, or those that are. Come on now, the next mission is in the room. Everybody show love. Oh boy, I want some more ice. Now listen. So I call BS, LOL. Back with law, you call BS. Now listen. Scott said, okay, only at 82, I am opening more claims. 55 usually is the cutoff. Remember, we say you protected 55. Listen to what the next mission says. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone is having a great day. It's a better day that you here, brother. Now, Charlton, I was nice to not wait for them to in the parking lot after they got out. Oh, I hear you. Everybody show love to the next mission. Say evening the next mission. Yes, indeed. Everybody show love. And see, that's what we got to do. We got to show love. And let's see what Novell says. LOL, guess I will think about poking the bear when I'm 54 just to be safe. No, 55. No, if you think about it at 54, don't do it until you 55, Novell. Novell, don't make me nervous. Don't work my nerves. Now listen at the political climate, family. I understand there's a political climate. They shook about this. I'm about to tie it all together. That's right, Charlton. I don't just break down. Remember I said I break down there? I'm breaking this down. I'm tying it together. I've been talking about this for a long time. Now listen what Charlton say. Betty Bob shipmate, that counts also a pie or track, trad helps. LOL. Now listen, treat yummy. Now let's get to it. Family, the government feels sometimes with this 100% permanent total, if you file a claim, there's a political atmosphere that many people are resentful toward it. They used to thank us for our service. Now they're saying, why they getting all them benefits? Because what? That VA is the 5th largest part of the federal budget. And that shakes people. Huh? And they say that they gonna find some cures for you. Huh? Everybody show love. We got W.L. Gardner Jr. C-File. I hear you. Everybody show love to W.L. Please, can you please do that? W.L. Jr. Listen. Thank for all of your love. Thank for all the love, everyone. This is a one-of-a-kind community. If I am legally, morally, and ethically entitled, I am filing, full stop. But you got to understand something. You may be qualified for some things, the next mission, and not know it. Don't think in your mind, file it if you get some expert opinion saying that you you may need to file, because some things that I thought I didn't qualify for, I did, because you're not your own doctor. A professional determines whether you need, but I understand what you're saying. Now listen to what Novell said. Betty Bob's, the claim would have been rated for 20 years, but you're right. I will wait until I'm 55. No, if it's 20 years before that, whenever you get that 20 years, the actual date, you straight. And make sure you verify them that you've had it for 20 years. Look at your calendar and make sure. You don't have to, if you got the 20-year mark, you ain't got to wait to 55 to file a claim. Because that would only be 1 year. You say, but in 1 year, you wait. Okay. Everybody's showing love. Look at that. Isn't this incredible? Then we have the destroyers come and say, hi, everyone. Everybody show love to the destroyer. And then WL Jr. says, hey to everybody. Yes, indeed. This is a platform where we interact. We support you. You are important. This ain't about me getting all the shine. For those that don't know, I am the H-Town vet. We're going to break down stuff that frustrates you, that had me confused, that had me worried about why I wasn't able to get this done, why they denied me on this, why they sending me in for a reevaluation, why this other person getting this done. We're going to talk about all that, especially when you got the real Sir Gemini in the room. Say, greetings, H-Town family. Yes, indeed. And this is a family. Did you hear that? Yes, indeed. Huh? Y'all hear that? Everybody showing love. I'll make sure there ain't no comments y'all want me to say. TC on the soapbox tonight. Am I cutting up? Oh, man. Who on the soapbox? Let's get it done. Now, family, I want you to understand something. They want you to be cured. Oh, who's the main one fussing? Anybody know who this individual is? I'm confused. Who is this yelling at the trash can? Huh? And why would he be yelling at a trash can? Okay. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Give me a second. Why would he be yelling at a trash can? Who is that? I think somebody said it. If y'all know who he is, put your name that you got for him in there. Who is that? Who is Lieutenant Dan? Jim Elmore says, Gabe. LOL, Lieutenant Dan, the Blue Falcon himself. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now listen. They want you to be cured right after physical therapy. Ain't that crazy? See who y'all know who this is. This is important. I'm about to tie it together tonight. Y'all might get a little upset. So take your blood pressure medication, please. Please. Listen, Betty say that's Gabe. Now listen to Charlton say that's Lieutenant Colonel Gabe, the skivvy guy. Yeah, he made some off-color, I mean laugh, but off-color comments about the Navy, talking about they wash their underwear, their skivvies in the sink. He's not even Navy. He's Army like me. So how he know what goes on a Navy ship? So, I don't know what was his problem. Did a Navy guy take his woman? Blue Falcon. Forrest Gump, man. Lieutenant Dan. I remember that. Now listen, this is going to sound diabolical. I want y'all to listen now. I'm tying it together. We did this video, 6-8 months ago? Huh? Are you following H-Town? Did Lieutenant Colonel Gabe call it? Why would I have him arguing at a trash can? Because he said sleep apnea was a junk disability before Congress, the Senate. Did he not do that? Am I lying? You tell me if I'm lying. We can go and shut this live stream down if I'm lying. Did he not say Lieutenant Colonel Gabe retired? Did he not call VA disabilities junk disabilities while he received VA disability? He said, I don't center my life in a disability identity, but he monetizes his benefits, his business as a small disabled veteran-owned business. Hypocrites. Hypocrites. Now let's see what you got. That's what he called them, junk disabilities. We watched the video. Now the retired LTC that is living high on the hog with his civilian DOD contracts. So not only is he retired from the military because he lost a leg, but they let him stand another 8 years so he can retire. He's a disabled veteran. And because he's a disabled veteran, he gets government contract. This is what our brother's saying. Do you hear me? And he's trying to get in Congress. He tried before, I think, and he didn't make it. So here's the thing. He getting all these government handouts. He getting millions in government contracts. He getting all kind of stuff from the government. Why we can't get nothing? I ain't hating on him. I'm just asking for a friend. Now listen, yes, wash my undergarments so I can have some clean underwear to wear. Yeah, he made fun of the Navy talking about they wash the undergarments in the sink, which is not true. No, they used to say crazy stuff about us in the tank. No. His head is waterlogged. His head is waterlogged. Wow, who said that? Jimmy Elbow out of control. You said his head is waterlogged. Now listen, he called them junk disabilities. Now the man have VA contracts to become a millionaire. Well, his business is worth about 30, 40 million. Call it a small business though. I'm not pocket watching, Emma. Now, Charlton say correct ship made Betty Bob's and to prevent ship laundry space fires. Y'all are something else. He don't know nothing about what y'all do on those ships. Now, everything they say about tankers is true. I met them, LOL. Yeah, they be making all kind of crazy comments about us. Don't believe it, backwoods law. Don't believe it. Now, watch this here. Lieutenant Colonel Dan is not just saying these things. It's strategic. He is a pawn being used. He call our disabilities junk disabilities while he have disabilities. He say if you can't see him, like he's missing a leg, he said that's a real disability. Somebody missing an eye, that's a disability. He got to be able to see your disability for it to be a valid disability. Hypocrites, I say, in my opinion. Everybody show love to Nathan. You were 19 kilo, me too. Yes, indeed. Armor crewman. Yes, indeed. Nate, listen, let me tell you something, Nate. Come on in the room, join the family. Let me tell you something. 19 kilo, armor crewman. You know the MOS. Listen, tell us your branch of service and the state or country you currently live in. Let us know. Now listen, we didn't have bucket, small wash machines to carry. Women, we have to wash our undergarments well, have women issues once a month. And he showed no sensitivity toward it, the lieutenant. Now listen, he said, hello, Nate. Everybody show love to Nate. H-Town was old school 19 kilo. You know what's up. You know what's up. I was in the M1A1 tank. Everybody put their MOS in the chat. Put your MOS and your job in the military so people can know. Now let's say 11 Bravo, we say Bush baby in U.S. Army from New Jersey. Now you said Bush baby. I went in while the father, George Washington Bush, I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about being in the woods? I don't know. Let us know. I was a 19 kilo. Let us know what you was, family. Now look at Hellfish Haven says, hey y'all, 31B4B, B4D. And I remember you, Hellfish Haven, everybody show love to Hellfish Haven. He was, let us know what it means too, fam. He was, I know he was a MP, military police. 11 Bravo, 95 Bravo. 11 Bravo is infantry. I know that, WL. 95 Bravo, I don't know what that is. Then we got Neil Stepp say a surgical tech. Real good job. Well, I wonder how you got a job like that. You had to be really smart. Now, Nathan say was reclassified to 11 Bravo after they sat in MP reserve unit while out processing. Okay. Now, San Diego Marine says 3051 warehouse clerk bulletin, don't fly with supply. Family, everybody's showing the love in here, and I'm glad. And I say 31 Bravo is the new MP, I think. Okay. I heard in the Marines they're going to be getting rid of a certain amount of they're going to be getting rid of a certain amount of MPs, military police. Now listen, wow, Betty. Cripple Logic technician administrative TS. Oh, you must have had a top put it security clearance, top security clearance like that. EM and noise tech Navy. Okay, see, we learning from each other. Then we have in here what was going to say 11 Bravo 101, the 101st Airborne infantry soldier in the 1980s are called Bush babies. Okay, I didn't know that. I was born in 68. Now, the height of the Vietnam War. Hellfish Haven says MP with ASI Protective Service 95B was 31B old dudes. Okay, they changed it. Okay. Now listen to what Rose City D job was in the military. This is important because many of your conditions will be related to your military service. Huh? You may have gotten injured or exposed to certain chemicals based on your MOS. Not always, right? But anything that happens during your military service is covered, whether it's on base, off base, doing duty, off duty, as long as you were not negligent in incurring the injury. Rose City D says 92 Foxtrot, petroleum supply specialist. You can't move if you ain't got fuel. So he say next mission say 11 Bravo. Hey, Hellfish Haven. Now, what I want y'all to tell us now, and I know you may have had other things that affect you. How did your MOS affect you, or you got injuries or conditions from your MOS? Like me, I had tinnitus because of the ringing in the ear from the blowing of the tanks, the shooting of those guns and the machine guns and all that stuff. I got tinnitus. All right, let us know. I cut my fingers a little bit. My daughter kind of said, "Dad, you didn't get them cut off, but they used to hurt real bad." And I lost part of the fingernail that came back. So she don't believe me. The VA didn't believe me either. Now listen, I'm still harping on those two fingers, right? Now, somebody 100% permanent total, they never satisfied on it. Now listen, 11 Bravo was military. 95 Bravo was military police. They called us mud puppies back in the day when you served with all the divisions. Okay. Now listen, I forgot what they called tankers. They had a name for us a little. What was the name they had for your branch of service? Let us know. Now listen to what Nate says. Also, I am 100% permanent total and have filed 2 additional claims submissions. Wow. One for special monthly compensation S and other one for 1151 claim. I don't know what 1151 claim is. Let us know. Everybody's showing love. Sorry to hear that. Nate, what did Nate say? So I don't know what that second claim means. Now listen to what Hellfish Haven says. And if those of you that don't know, Hellfish Haven has his own channel and nonprofit. Go over there and check him out. We've done a lives together. He's come on my live a few times, and I went over there with him. He's very good people. Now I got hurt feelings from other soldiers not liking MPs. Yeah, that could be hard. That could be hard when you kind of isolated. So JK, okay. Now listen, backwards loss say tinnitus and hearing loss standing out on those roads crossings with your tanks rolling through with the jet engine screaming in your ears. I ain't never forgot. Now, I didn't remember until you said it how loud, because these are jet engines. People don't know in the tanks, and they are loud. And you're right, hopping on and off of that tank. If you ain't kept, because you know, got a little like metal cable, you can get up on the tank. It ain't really no ladder to get up on them. And getting off, sometimes we just hop off because we don't be want to wait, and that could have problems with your legs, hips, and stuff like that. Now, and it's all metal. Rose City D says tinnitus around generators, pumps, and helicopters. A lot of people have been exposed to tinnitus. Now, if y'all put that symbol, I may not read all those comments. LW Garner says, my MOS 11 Bravo includes chronic bronchitis, sleep apnea that Lieutenant Dan calls trash disability, not me, and back, knee, and hip issues from carrying all those heavy equipments. Yes, indeed. A lot of us carried heavy equipment. Tankers that DAD. Oh, y'all had a name for us. I didn't know that. Destroyer. I never knew that. Oh boy. Now, H-Town, what do you think that is going to happen to those servicemen just got back from the sea from problems, more problems from the VA, you think? Yes. Well, if they're able to get online and get with a lot of us that's working together and listen to this chat and get with the right people, they should be okay. If they have somebody in their family that can help them, they don't need to be left by themselves. Okay? Now listen, backwards law say 1151 is medical malpractice for intent and purpose. DOC messed you up trying to fix you. Now listen what the thing is. I know you really can't sue the military for malpractice, but you can get VA disability out of it. Tell me if I'm wrong, backwards law. Now, listen to what Neil Stepp says. I got PTSD from a bad experience I had as a surgical tech. It was never documented, but I was able to get the PTSD claim approved after 2 tries. One day you got the time, you're going to have to let us know how you was able to do that without it being documented, because it's very hard. Mine wasn't documented. It was hard to do. Now, listen. Charlton says, watch standing around generators, hydraulic pumps, hearing loss, and tinnitus. Also, firefighter, rebreathing asbestos filters. Yes, indeed. Refuel stations with toxic spills, JP8 all over. Man, they use that stuff. That's, y'all talk about that a lot. Listen what backwoods law say. We always call you tankers tread heads. Okay, I think I heard that one when I was in H-Town Vet Northside. Okay. Tonight, now listen to what Betty says. Tinnitus, carpal tunnel syndrome, risk upper respiratory and second-hand smoke. I never thought about it. I wonder, could we file a claim? Because if many of us was around when people smoking a lot for secondhand smoke. Because they say the person that don't smoke, because they have better lungs, they breathe in more smoke than the person that's with them. Now listen, turbine engine, this is from Rose City D. Turbine engines from M1A1 tank, and I was in the M1A1, not the M1A2s. Man, them engines felt good in the wintertime when we had to refuel them. First tank, Camp Casey, Korea. Yeah, I forgot about how we warmed up around that. Family, I appreciate y'all. And see, we try to catch all these. Y'all chat. Now listen to what backwoods law said. The trickiest part is getting another doctor to testify it was negligence on the first doc part. Wow. Do you have to go to another area for them to do that? Because you think they have a doctor's code where they don't want to say nothing? Now listen, backwoods law, my contention for claim is arguing error in judgment. Wow. That's a good one. Hopefully you can prove it. Now listen to I say, oh hell, Cap Casey, that was a long damn year back in the day. Now, fam, let's get to it. Let's get back on Lieutenant Dan. We caught up on the chat. Let's see what he was talking about. And I hope y'all enjoying this tonight. Family, they mad. And when they saw the shift, when they saw where the momentum was going, they was trying to get ahead of this thing by having him saying something last year. These statistical reports, you think they didn't have these numbers way before we got them? Huh? 74 and thunder and lightning. Come on now. Listen. This is the report from 2025. They had one out for 2024 that was showing a trend of veterans with higher ratings getting more benefits. Listen, the 2025 report, VA report on service-connected compensation. How many disabled veterans were there in 2025? 6,338,253 at the time of the study. Let's talk about it. Now, remember those numbers. Of those veterans, World War II was less than World War II, and Korean veterans, Korean War era veterans, made less than 1% of that. All right. Okay. Vietnam veterans, that number is shrinking. It's down to 22.2%. Gulf War, which includes Desert Storm and GWAT, the Global War on Terror veterans during the Gulf War era. All right. That was 63.2%. Let me ask you this here. When it comes to, for those that may not, you didn't see the other slide. When it comes to Gulf War era veterans, what do you think it's more of? Desert Storm veterans or the Global War on Terror veterans, the ones after 9/11? Which one do you think is more? Gulf War or GWAT? Let us know what you think. Let's see what guys say. Tricky, good luck. Now, Rose City D say, a good chicken on the stick and a slaw dog after being in Danville, knocking them back. Good old days. I remember those schnitzels in Germany. I love those schnitzels. Now listen what Novell says. I was a heavy aircraft fuel system maintainer and that GP8. And if you were exposed to GP8, put GP8 in the chat. Smell is hard to get off of your skin and clothing. SMH. I had to shower several times to get it off. That was soaking into your skin, my friend. It smoked, for many of us that was exposed to things like that. Now, thank you so much, Charlton. I'm inside, and I was letting you know if I disappeared. Now, we don't want you to disappear. You think, which part of the Gulf War? Because it's two Gulf Wars. So before or after 9/11, the Desert Storm before 9/11, which one? Because Gulf War, they include, it's still going on, as they say. Was it before 9/11 or after 9/11? Rose City say after 9/11. There's more disabled veterans for after 9/11. Before 9/11 Gulf War. Okay. Betty, I got you. Say Gulf War. Which Gulf War back was lost? Before 9/11 or after 9/11? Let us know. Now let's see, fam. So now they saying the Vietnam veterans can't get any larger because they've already went to Vietnam. So that number is going to keep dwindling, right? So they have to focus on us, the Gulf War veterans, whether that be before 9/11, Desert Storm, after 9/11, the Global War on Terror, GWAT. Come on now. Before 9/11, Benny say. All right. Looking at George say, hi all. Come on. Hey. Hi all. Yes, indeed. Now listen. Even as an MP, we had to fuel our Hummers. Those dang hoses were set up to fuel up, and we would end up with it all over us. And wouldn't it? I've seen it several times. People got sprayed with the fuel all over them. Now let's talk about it. Let's see. Now this may surprise some of you. Some of you have already seen it. H-Town covered it. When it comes to the total population, so remember, 63% of all disabled veterans are from the Gulf War era. But if you break the Gulf War era down, there are more Desert Storm era veterans, meaning before the global war on terror, before 9/11, 56.2%. Now, of those that's after 9/11 that served, that's 43.8%. So meaning respectively, out of the total population of veterans receiving compensation, out of that 6.3 million, 4,229 get it from the Gulf War era, meaning the whole era. All right, when you break it down, Desert Storm veterans get more. It's more Desert Storm veterans, 2.2 million. When it comes to global war on terror veterans after 9/11, 1.7 million. Family, I hope that makes sense. What is the peacetime veteran? I had it on there. I do apologize for not going over. Let me go back to it. I do apologize for that. I was supposed to say that. Sorry about that. I'm going to pull a peacetime. I'm going to go back to the last chart. Give me a second. We're going to look at, thank you for asking me about that, Nate. Thank you so much. So I forgot to say, out of all disabled veterans, 13.9%, almost 14% were peacetime veterans. And I apologize for not making that clear. And remember, family, you know that the global war on terror veterans, the veterans after 9/11, is going to end up being more as the Desert Storm veteran population dwindled down. I was surprised that there were more, how can we say, more Desert Storm veterans than there are GWAT, global war on terror. I am shocked. Let me see. I am shocked at the peacetime veteran stats. Yeah, because a lot of people, even if they're combat veterans, they get their injuries on the base. You don't spend much time in combat, but a lot of them get outside. Now let's see. I'm shocked by that too. I was in 1979 through 1983. VA is just waiting for me to die and take me off the books. I know you laugh, but that's laugh to keep from crying. Now let's see what we got here, family. Do y'all like the statistics that we're going through and we're breaking this information down? H-Town, the Desert Storm veteran era, served also in 9/11 war. Some did, some did. I guess we were trying to focus exclusively. They didn't do the overlap. I guess if they went to Desert Storm, they didn't count them in the other ones. They didn't want to double count them. You see what I'm saying? Now, GWAT veterans are killing it when it comes to filing multiple claims and winning. Channels like yours, H-Town Vets, putting out that good education. Yes, and you know, many of us, they didn't have an internet when we went to the military. When we got out, there was no internet. Now listen, but there is now. That's the big difference between Desert Storm veterans and you know, those that served during the Desert Storm era, whether they are peacetime or combat veteran, or the ones serving in the post 9/11. Peacetime is the 1979 through 1991. I served through in peacetime. It says it's on my right before the Gulf War or Desert Storm in particular. Think of the Cold War era. Yes, indeed. So H-Town, you saying GY veterans are smarter, safer acting in deployments? I'm not saying that. I'm saying they're more informed because they have more access to information that we did not have access to. They got more people. They're more mobilized because they grew up with computers more than us, right? Now, Nathan say, so if I serve from 2013 to 2022, what era am I in? Well, you could be in the peacetime era if it's some peacetime doing that, but most likely that's post 9/11. That's the Gulf War era. But they did have peacetime, like before 90, it was nothing, they hadn't had nothing since, I think, Grenada or something, back in 1986 or something. So it was like a long period, not much going on when I was in, until Ian had kicked off. Now listen, Betty say, there was internet, not like there is not 33 years later. Now, yeah, I remember there was some internet, but I'm talking about sometime there wasn't. Okay, I straddled peacetime and Gulf War era, 1987 to 1994. I straddle too. I do both of them. I spend more time as a peacetime veteran. Now, family, these statistics are important, and I think this is one of the main reasons that they're targeting, because Desert Storm veterans on mass will live longer than the few remaining World War II veterans, Korean War veterans, and even the Gulf War veterans. Okay? Because the age difference most likely. But guess what? They're going to have to pay Desert Storm veterans longer, and Global War on Terror veterans after 9/11, they're going to have to pay them for a long time period. Come on now. And they trying to get ahead of this thing, Lieutenant Colonel Dan. Now listen to what Backwoods Law say. Also, Charlton, there were 600,000 U.S. military in Saudi for Desert Storm. Okay. Nowhere near the number for GWAT. Smaller number, but multiple deployments regularly. So I'm confused. If they have, so is GWAT, so GWAT was less people, but they have multiple deployments. Okay. That's what must make up with so many people getting, okay. AOL was the internet at the time. Yeah, I remember AOL. You got mail. Now, fam, let's continue. Are we going over this thing tonight? And one of the things I know really made them mad, probably members of Congress that don't like us getting this benefit, that last year, the 2024 study of statistics showed that 1 out of 4 veterans had a 100% rating of one type, whether it be temporary 100% permanent total, TDIU or IU, forms of unemployability. Now it's almost at 30%. 1 out of every 3 veterans have a 100% rating of one type. And I think that bothers them. And I'm about to tie it in so it makes sense to you. Are you listening to me? So that means monthly, almost 7.3 million veterans receive 100%, and not including their dependent pay. That's just for the veteran alone. And if you do that over a year, every year, I say 7.3 billion. That's monthly. That's just for 100%. Then when it comes to paying that 100% for a whole year, that's 87.3 billion a year, just for the 100%. You think Lieutenant Dan is happy about that? And some members of Congress, they could do something with that money. Yep. Think about when we were in Germany, H-Town, there were 1.6 million just in the Army back then. Yeah. There was about 450,000 now on active duty. Okay. Oh, in the Army. Remember the division we had in Germany. It was gigantic. Oh, it was many more of us. And remember, right at the end, they downsized us. I am 100% scheduler P&T with TDIU also still recognized as of today. Well, you need to get rid of that. If you got 100% scheduler, you don't need TDIU. That's two different forms of 100%. That's something that need to be corrected on your thing there, George. Now, this the thing. I want you to listen to what Lieutenant Dan did. So I'm tying it in tonight. I've been showing you this before. They've been able to get ratings from 0 to 60%, about 50%, to get the number of veterans that have those ratings down. Okay, from 2024 to 2025. From 2024 to 2025, the statistics show that, wow, let me make sure I can see it. It might be hard for y'all to see. There was a 6% decrease in the number of veterans with a 0% rating. For a 10% rating, disability rating, there was a 2% decrease in the number of veterans with a 10% rating. Remember, the most rated disability is tinnitus. So that's affecting that. It's usually at the 10% rating. The most, 20% had a 4% decrease in the number of veterans. 30% had a 4% decrease in the number of veterans that received disability at that level. 50% down 2%. 60% stayed the same. I want y'all to follow what I'm telling you. Now watch where I'm going with this. Now, 60% kind of stuck in place. It wasn't a major change, but it was a slight decrease. But now, I'm going to show you how diabolical Lieutenant Colonel Gade is. aka Lieutenant Dan. There was a 3% increase people with a 70% rating. A 5% increase in the people with a 80% rating. 9% increase with those with a 90% rating, and a 19% increase in veterans with a 100% rating. That, look how many veterans got a 100% rating now. Wow. Y'all see that? Almost 2 million out of the 6.3 million veterans have a 100% rating. Do you think Congress happy about that? What you think? Huh? You think they don't see these numbers? Yep, that's right, H-Town. Now listen. Thank you, Backwood Law. Charlton said, okay, so far, 35 years, the VA been doing what? To improve veteran claims, health, what the F? I agree. Now listen, I'm about to tie this together. Now y'all don't be mad at Lieutenant Dan, but I'm about to show you something that he proposed at the beginning of this year, in the last year. Now Backwoods Law say you need to be careful then, George, if TDIU is still active, you would get yourself into a nasty pickle with earnings. Yeah, so you got to be careful, because if you're 100% permanent total, you might be TDIU permanent. Just because you got Chapter 35, you get it because it's permanent, and that's based on unemployability. So there are job restrictions, employment restrictions, such as you can't make over the poverty level, or you can't work. You got to work in a sheltered environment. So be careful. I need it for my SMC rating housebound. Okay, great. We're gonna talk about that tonight. Now look, listen what what Backwoods Law say. You need someone to look at your TDIU. If you are 100% permanent total scheduler, you shouldn't have two ratings. That's a contradiction. If you are just saying 100% P&T because you are TDIU, you are right then. You're just TDIU with a permanent rating. Not working anyway. Okay. See, we just trying to look out for each other, family. When we talk about things, so now I want y'all to look at this scale. Look at it clearly. The cutoff point from 0 to 60% is a reduction in the number of veterans that got it. You think this is not intentional? Now look at what I'm about to tell you. Ratings from 70% to 100%, the number of veterans that got it is going up. But I'm about to show you how diabolical this thing is. Tell me if y'all feel me on that. Uh-oh, Lieutenant Dan at work. Before these statistics came out, look what he proposed before Congress. Are you listening? Look at what he proposed before Congress. Lieutenant Dan say we should get rid of. I hope you're listening to me. He said we should get rid of ratings from 0 to 100%. They should only have disability ratings of 70, 80, 90, and 100%. If you cancel, this is as of 2025, the statistics we're talking about now. If you cancel ratings from 0 to 60%, that's knocking out 2 million. I must have got that wrong. I'm sorry. God dog, what my number? I'm gonna give y'all the number. That knock out 2,620,886. So I got it. I think I got one number off. Now, guess what that leaves? Veterans with a 70% rating and higher, that would be 3,771,367 veterans. But that ain't the whole kicker, because if they take out ratings from 0 to a 60%, some of your disabilities that are rated lower, they're going down. So they may knock you out of the 70% range when they take your tinnitus, when you have secondary conditions that put you at the 100% rate. That might mess you up if they take your sleep apnea away, because some of it helps contribute to your 100%. So they'll be getting rid of some of that too. Tell me if I'm making sense. He proposed getting rid of it. He wanted to start at 70%. How you feel about that? Say, yep, if you're not working, you're good to go. He has mental problems. All right. He was what you expect. I agree. Okay. Jim Elmore for mental health in general. If Lieutenant Dan gets money, I want it also. Yes. We have 20 likes and 20 watching. Thank y'all, family. So it ain't just that they're proposing, and they allowed him to do it, and they didn't no pushback from Congress talking about getting rid of the lower disability ratings, knocking out veterans. What you gonna do without that? And if you think it's not possible, why would they have certain things like the Richard Starr Act and different ones with these they have good stuff in it and some janky stuff in there too. We went over that. Now listen, they're talking about doing what? And it's in a big uproar. Another way they're attacking our benefits is tinnitus and sleep apnea. And I want you to follow us. So if you opening up claims, these are the things they're trying to get rid of, and you ain't going to get it back. There's a reason why he never made captain. Come on now. Very good, Charleston. Now listen. It is evil, it's the evil world we live in, SMH. I pray to God every day. Yes, indeed. Lieutenant Dan was a lieutenant colonel. Okay, yes, he was. Now listen. He was in the Army, though. Now follow. If you have tinnitus, they're proposing. That's the ringing in the ears. It could be any kind of noise in the ears. Don't have to be just ringing. That's the most rated disability. Now, this is how they want to change it, fam. And this is where they're going to hit people at. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You listening? The political climate, when you're opening up claims, you got to be careful. They don't want it to be a standalone disability where you could just have tinnitus and it's the primary disability and you can have secondaries that's onto it. They want to reduce it to secondary status where it has to be like secondary to asthma. secondary to some other condition. Are you feeling me? Where you take it out of the primary spot, that means everything that's secondary to it, you lose that too. Huh? Come on now. We about to tie this thing in. That would be like a lieutenant commander in the Navy. Okay. Yes, because we hear captain, but on the ships, that's one thing. Us, it means something different. That's a lower rank. So this will have a domino effect if you get rid of tinnitus as a standalone condition. It will not just affect the tinnitus, it's going to affect several other conditions that may be secondary to the tinnitus. This is diabolical. So if you were rated for tinnitus and they said it was your primary condition, and you may have you had 10% for tinnitus, but your migraines was 50% based on the tinnitus. Because of the migraines, you developed depression, and that was 70%. After depression, you had weight gain, which is an intermediate step. Then you developed sleep apnea, that was 50%. If they knock off the tinnitus, are you listening to me? Remember, Lieutenant Gay want to get rid of the 10%, 0 to 60% ratings. So if you knock out 10%, you knock out all these other percentage that is based on. Is that diabolical or what? Let us know. Now listen, okay, you talking about that. That would be like Lieutenant Commander. Okay, got that. The VA system that puts lots of people to work, it don't seem they're messing with VA healthcare. Now, I don't see them messing with that too much. And let's see. What y'all think about what we just said? Yep. If you lose the original connection, all the secondary disabilities fall off. Do you see how diabolical? They say, some people be saying, well, if they just take my 10% for tinnitus away, that ain't no big deal. But what if all the other ones help you get to 90 or 100% or unemployability? Well, you're going to lose that. If you lose the original connection for tinnitus, you're going to lose migraines, depression, and sleep apnea ratings. And if you pass away of the migraines, the depression, the sleep apnea, you're not covered anymore. It's diabolical to me, family. Tell me if I'm looking at this wrong. Tell me if I'm looking at this wrong. So 2 people, Lieutenant Gade, Lieutenant Dan, and Congress is trying, Congress, House and Senate, trying to cut these benefits, and it's going to have a domino effect. And they're not talking about the domino effect, but H-Town is. Listen to me. If you have sleep apnea, okay, complications, I want you to follow what I'm saying. It could affect your heart. It could affect chronic fatigue, depression, pulmonary hypertension, stroke, congestive heart failure, cardiac arrhythmia, that is. Listen. Now, these are all secondary to the sleep apnea. If they knock off the sleep apnea, just like they talk about knocking off tinnitus, all them secondary conditions, you gone. If you were service connected for the secondary conditions, and they how they gonna knock it off? They gonna tell you, you get a mask, you cured. They gonna say that mask cure you. Who they got your mask where they can study and see if how many times you put it on, how it's working, and if you're not putting it on, they gonna say, well, now we cutting you down. Am I fear mongering or what? Or am I telling the truth? They saying if you get that mask, in many cases you are cured because it helps you. So now if they reduce your rating because you got the sleep apnea mask and all this here, come on now. That's why they're targeting these. Anything secondary to sleep apnea, they gonna knock that off. Let me get to this here. They say you cured, you have been healed. I'm seeing where I'm starting. You are looking at deadly right. Deadly right, H-Town vet. You tell me I'm correct. Let me know what you mean backwards law. Family, tell me if I'm telling the truth or not. I don't, because you see, actually I've been saying this for a long time. Charles said I'm giving them cues because every time I say it, months later they come out with it. Do I need to be quiet? George, I just follow the money, fam. That's all. George say it is more than the Blue Falcon Dan wants no pay till you get to 70%. I don't get his reason for this line of thinking. Well, not only you get rid of your anything that's 0 to 70%, all right? So if you don't have anything rated 70% or higher, you don't get nothing. So if you have that tinnitus with the secondaries onto it, so you 10% for tinnitus, it's gone. So that thing you had for 70%, right? Like mental health, that's gone too because it was based on the tinnitus. It's diabolical. Sailors underway already only get 5.5 hours sleep deprived. Telling the truth, okay. I think because they have the statutory requirement for TDIU, that starts at 70%. Scheduler. And guess what? You just made me think of something backwards law. What about the statutory requirement at 60% to get TDIU? Now people that have a 60% disability, one standalone, is gone. So you won't be able to get TDIU at 60% no more. You'll only be able to get it at 70%. Thank you for bringing that up, backwards law. I've got more bad news for you. Or I'm just making you aware, not trying to trouble you, because we're going to fight to make sure they don't do this. Now, listen to what Nate said. Is anyone here Space Force and now service connected? Now, I don't know. I know we had one Space Force came some months ago, about 6 months ago. Now, anybody Space Force, maybe I stay at 40% and not poke the bear. No, you keep going for it. If you ain't 100%, you keep fighting. Yes, that is one reason I think is why they worded it that way, H-Town. Come on now. The H-Town breaking it down. Nathan say, Neil Stell poke the bear is when you are 100% and file, LOL. So yeah, if you're 100%, now if you anything under 100%, you need to go forward. You ain't got nothing to lose. They don't usually mess with the lower ratings. Usually don't. If they do, you ain't got for the fall. Now, family, are we doing this thing? Now let's talk about number 5. Okay. The risk it puts to your permanent total. Huh? What can you lose? Because you got a level of protection, right? If you open up a claim, and remember what our question was, I want you to follow. Should disabled veterans open up any new VBA claims, that's like at the regional office, once they are awarded 100% P&T disability rating? Okay. Should you open up any new claims? Let's see what it's talking about. Say, okay. Make sure you're not underrated. That's right. Make sure you're not underrated, Neil Step. Now listen to what they say here. If we find out there are 30% of TDIUs that only had 60% rating, they saw the money savings they could use for Social Security. So basically, if they get rid of 60 and below, those veterans that are rated with unemployability at 60%, they paid at the 100% rate. They won't no longer be 100%. So not only will this affect veterans 60% and below, it also would make the number of veterans receiving 100% rate lower, because they're going to be knocked off if it's based on a 60% rating. Now listen, Nate says, yes, it will, if it makes sense. No, if it not good reason. Okay. You know the CBO has that number already. Come on now. Yes, if You have underrated disabilities. I say get what you deserve. That's the way I do look. I do took my 2 years. Okay, come on now. Now these level of protection, but if you open up a new claim, they might revisit your permanent total. It's not mandatory or automatic. So we got a lot to protect though. So you better make sure if you're opening up a new claim, we're talking about reasons to avoid the risk of opening up new claims that might affect your 100% permanent total. If you open up a new claim and they want to revisit or do a re-examination on that 100%, they say, let's check it while we're there. All right. You're straight if you're at the 20-year rule, but remember, you got no work restrictions. We 100% permanent total. You might lose that if you lose your 100% permanent total. You got rating protection. You might lose that. Some of them state and federal benefits, them state benefits and federal benefits might lose that. No more top property tax at the state level. Come on now. George, please tell me you have the ITF for your special monthly compensation. Now listen, fam. Let's talk about this. See, remember, one of the most powerful things having a permanent total status is you can work without restriction. There's no work limits. So you could work a full-time job and be 100% permanent total. Come on now. So this is the fifth reason. You ought to listen to me. Remember what the question is. The question is, should disabled veterans open up new claims, VBA claims, once they award 100% permanent total? If you lose it, you may lose the protection at the 100% permanent total. You'll be able to work full time and get your 100%. Remember, 100% permanent total is static, not likely to improve significantly over the remainder of a veteran's life. That means not likely to. The second thing, no future exam schedule. But if you have your 100% permanent total and you open up a new claim and they decide for whatever reason to re-examine and see if you're still at the 100% permanent total level, not just the new claim you open, but go open up re-examine your permanent total status. Remember, it says not that you will never have no exam, no future exam schedule. It didn't say it would never improve. It says not likely to improve. You watch the weasel words with the VA. You can't, because with 100% permanent total, you can work without limits on employment and income. But what if they knock you down and say, you won't be able to get unless you get unemployability, you get the temporary one. Now there's limits on your employment and your income. Come on now. This thing diabolical, huh? Or is H-Town just fear-mongering? Let's see. You got to protect that 100% permanent total. Let me see what Charlton says. $40 trillion in debt. Do they really think reducing ending disability will save them in Congress from the torches? I hope they're just tiki torches. Okay, Charlton. Now listen, backwoods law say, do you think all the veterans, Charlton, are going to just sit back and go along with it? Are they just going to say, you know what? Okay, you're taking my what I earned away, my bag, put it in your pot. Y'all can keep it all there, Congress. Huh? And they riding around in new Cadillacs and Rolls Royces. Listen. Look what the Rose City D say. Bad H-Town. Bad H-Town. You're fear-mongering. I'm just telling it. Let's see. Now look what backwoods law says. If you want a reality check, ask someone who is a VSO if you are considered to have a higher VA rating at 70%. They will tell you, yes, you are a higher rating. You are a highly rated veteran. But it's such a big difference between 70, 80, and 90% than it is 100%. The pay. You may be highly rated, but I wanted that dental. Now FlexMan say, and everybody show love to FlexMan, he's back up in there, says, be at 100% permanent total for 10 years, and it does not matter how you pass away. Meaning, if you're 100% for 10 years and you've been married to your spouse for 1 year during that time period, at least 1 year, that they are actually can get it. You don't have to be service connected for the disability that you died from. Any disability you die from is covered. Now, you die from the service connected disability condition or not, your family received DIC. Real talk, that FlexMan. Yeah, that was FlexMan. Please like and subscribe, family. Hit that like button if you haven't done. We have 22 likes and 22 people watching. Hit that like button. We really would appreciate it. Say, H-Town Fear Money. He said, pitchforks too. Charlton, you starting a trouble. Pastor Dougie, watching for sure. You think he worried? And I find y'all up, hold on. Now we have Charles say, he said, Charlton, he can't let the fries burn. What he has what's called him? Y'all keep talking like he has a franchise. Now, family, let's talk about it. So you can work. So keep that 100% permanent total because you got the most benefits with the least restrictions. If you got it, you hold on to it. And it doesn't matter if you have it for 100% for mental health. For those of you that may not know, that does not stop you from working. As long as you can do the job, you still get 100% permanent total. Now, technically you can. The way it works is, yes, can you work with 100% P&T for a mental health condition? Yes, technically. A veteran with 100% permanent total rating for mental health can work. Now, listen to what I told you how they try to attack our business. That's the rule, but here's the exception. However, because the VA defines 100% mental health rating as total occupational and social impairments, actively working full-time can lead to a future VA review of your disability rating. So meaning that with the climate we in, they may be, if they find out, they may be more likely to send you in for a review. But it's not automatic. It's no law that says you can't work without a mental health, that you can't work with a mental health condition at 100% rating. No such thing. But they can use that against you. And here's some of the rules we talked about before that might get your rating reduced. You go to jail, they reduce you down to 10%. If you're futures of a law, you open a new claim, what we're talking about tonight. False evidence, fraud, they can reduce your 100% permanent total. There's a law change. You miss a CMP exam. You say, I got a new claim. I don't want to do this no more. Cancel it. But they still got that re-examination for your 100% permanent total. You better get that fixed before you not go. Now, let's see, fam. Now, they say, no, you have to be married to your spouse for 10 years now, as well as H-Town, Vet Northside. Now, I didn't see that. It said a year, but I'll look into that. They just changed it about 4 or 5 years ago. If you were married since you got the rating, 10 years, good. Okay, I'll look into that. Now, what's up, LOL? Jumping back in while watching the NFL preseason. Thank you for being here. Backwards Law says, had to go in and meet with my county VSO because they were checking the marital status for the 10-year rule. Yeah, I'm gonna get the law, see what it is. Because it's saying right now 1 year, but we want to make sure we got that right. So if you get 100% married, I have 10 years married. I don't know. That's what he said. I haven't verified that yet. I'm still going with my 1 year until I can verify that. Even after 55. Say 1 year for marriage, yeah, because it's 1 year for I know. because you got to send me the documentation backwoods. Show me the law. Send me the law that says that. Because before I put stuff out, I verify because because what happened, everybody come up here. Here's the law here. Now the law say this here. Send it to me, we'll verify it. The law I saw said 1 year marriage. So just send that to me. Now, so we talked about all that, haven't we? We talked about everything. Now we're going to talk about the good part. The good part is there are exceptions when you file new claims, okay? What are the exceptions? That even though you're 100% permanent total, you still need to file because under certain circumstances. What are those circumstances? That you would submit a claim. What do y'all think some of them are? That you would file a claim even if you're 100% permanent total. What things would you file for? Let us know, family. Let us know. What would be some of the reasons if you're 100% permanent total that you would file a VA claim? Number one, special monthly compensation. If you have a presumptive that is not claimed. So presumptive illness, yes, indeed. There's a good part of this. There's a good part of this. What you're talking about, Willis. You're right. What I'm talking about. SMC is another 1 year. So that's the main one here. Well, that's one of them. All right. So let me ask you, family, if you have 100% permanent total, would you consider opening up? And I'm going to give you two scenarios. Would you be willing to open a new claim to get special monthly compensation, SMC? Backwoods law, why the VA against true love? So I have a question. 8 Town say, okay, now listen. Would you file a claim? Follow me what I'm saying. For special monthly compensation, I'm going to give you 2 examples. If it's going to be extra money. Now, SMC R1 for PTSD, if you got it bad, you can get almost $10,000 a month. Now, you're going to get that instead of your disability that you get, but that's a big bag. You're in bad shape, though. Say yes. Okay. Now, let's see what you say. What do you do about the disability claims that were denied? Do you still go after them? That's going to be whether they're necessary. That's going to be whether you choose to do them. If you got everything you need in the first claim being approved, do you really need, you can drop those claims, but you need to consult somebody that can inform you about that, your situation in particular. Backwoods law say the VA had a whole dust up about the nurses and doctors getting married. We had that issue down here to veterans that were on their deathbed. Yeah, that's what I think. They raised the age because of that. That is how they fixed the issue. And I think I remember that. But I'm going to get that law and make sure, okay? Because I remember that. They changed it because they were marrying them in the hospital on their deathbed, getting all the veteran benefits, the doctors and the nurses. Now, listen, would you open up a new claim if you did it for SMCK, special monthly compensation K? Oh, would you do it? First of all, would you have done it for this? Let me ask you this here. Hold on. Hold on. Let me do it. I passed it up. So would you open up a claim if you had a chance of getting extra compensation in addition to your 100% rating? Would you do it for almost $10,000 a month? Would you do it? Yes or no? Would you do it for SMC R1? That's for you can get it for PTSD, $9,959.22. So SMC R1. Would you do it for that? Would you risk your permanent total status for 100% permanent total status to go for SMC R1. You probably need it. Would you do it? Yes or no? I was supposed to put 1 on there. Let us know. Ain't nobody saying they'll do it. Okay, Benny say he do it. Jimmy say he do it for almost 10,000. If you qualify for it. 1 of 1 say they do it. He do it. Backwards Law say they would do it. Betty say with all the evidence. That's right. Make sure you have the evidence backed up for it. If I was married, yes, SMC. Okay. Why is the fact that you have to be married to do it? What you want, do for love. That's right. Yes, indeed. And if you're in this severe a situation, you may need it. What you want to do for love. That's right. Try everything. Yes. Now listen to what this is in. George does it with a qualified. Listen to what he says. Yes, but only if I had a type of disability that would get me to R1. Okay. You would have to have one. You wouldn't just do it without. Say that is the key to it, George. Thank you for telling us backwards, Laura. I'm glad I have such competent people here keeping us in line. Now, would you do it for SMCK? Now, I'm gonna put that in SMCK. I'm gonna give you the pay amounts for it. It's a lot lower, but tell me if you qualified and you had the evidence, would you risk your 100% permanent total being reduced for SMCK? Would you do it for SMCK, which would be a extra $139.87 per month per illness? Okay, so you can add it in addition up to $3K. But would you do it? Would that $139 for like erectile dysfunction or something like that, would it be worth putting your 100% permanent total in the play? Most likely they ain't gonna mess with it. Sure, if I had the evidence from Neil Step. Okay. Jim Elmore say no. Juice ain't worth the squeeze. Now listen to what our brother say. Backwards Law say. That is a tricky one. Most do the SMCK while they are at the lower ratings. Yes, indeed. Would you do it at 100% permanent total? So I want that extra $140 a month. Let me file for loss of a creative organ. Come on. No chump change. Try to say evidence. Look, George bugging his eyes, boy. Man, y'all got kind of skittish right there. What's up with all that? Y'all something. I love y'all, man. Y'all good people. Now, Now, what about the special grants? Would that you open up a claim for special grants? Would that affect your 100% permanent total? If you qualify, special grants for housing and automobiles. So now this is the reasons people would file a new claim with 100% permanent total rating. Now, I would not do it at 100% permanent total. Would you file for a special grant for housing and automobile with 100% permanent total rating? This must be the personal part of the live stream. Yes. Would you? Yes, indeed. Because it's going to be up to you. You got it. You sure got it. Now, family, this is your personal opinion on how you feel about it. Please interact in the chat. The grants are separate as long as you qualify scheduling. So that's no big deal. Okay. So grants. Yes, I would. Yes, for special grants. So it shouldn't be no problem with that. That shouldn't even put it at risk, but some people are concerned even then. What is the max for the housing and automobile grant? Now, I don't know if I have the numbers now. Anybody know the max? Let them know. What type of auto? Caddy, Lincoln, Town Car. Okay, Charlton. That's what got that brother in trouble. He tricked out the car with that adaptive automobile grant. Yes, George said yes, he do it. Okay. Yeah, y'all do it for the big R1. Y'all do it for the house, but y'all wouldn't do it for the SMCK. Charlton College, chump change. So the adaptive housing grant, okay? They call it SARS, SAH. So this is for veterans need the house adapted. You may have a step, but you need a ramp. So they'll fix all that for you if you qualify. Pimp My House and Ride. They found out a lot of that stuff on the show, Pimp My Ride. They didn't even they didn't even give the people the car. It was like some of it was fake. Now listen, backwards law say, I might be wrong, but I am pretty sure the grants are based on your home of residence. California is much higher than some where in like Georgia. So it might be based on the cost of living. I don't know, but I'm glad you letting us know something. Put out there what you know. That's no problem. But I don't know on that. So they adapt your restroom, everything. And I'm assuming it's the things that they would do if you need accommodations based on being disabled. You might be blind and you need Braille in your house. Is they get a free yoga. Charge to try to start some trouble. I did the HISH grant. Who did a housing grant before? Let us know how it worked. Modify that house, get that toilet right, get that kitchen counters low. Yes, indeed. Now, I don't know why I got that up there. Automobiles, adaptive equipment. Sorry about the extra one up there. But now you modify the vehicle. That's another thing, a reason you would file a claim, of course. Now you say roll in shower. Yeah, rolled in shower. That's good. And we just bringing caregiver up. Some people, if you qualify for the caregiver program, find out because it might cover you. Now listen, another reason you may file a claim with 100% permanent total, secondary life-threatening conditions. Some of you mentioned earlier. Come on now. So if you have a condition, usually if it's a service-connected disability, the cause of death, you straight, or you've had if you've had 100% for 10 years, it don't have to be service-connected. Whatever you died of, you're straight in most cases, right? Long as your dependents qualify. I need aid and attendance, so I am going for it. Okay. And I want to know, somebody say in the chat, why would you go for aid and attendance instead of special monthly compensation? I forgot. I've told y'all before, but my memory is bad. So that you might file a claim for secondary conditions, so that if that primary condition, like PTSD, leads to sleep apnea or heart failure because of the stress or chronic fatigue or whatever, that primary condition, the secondary condition will be covered. So for your loved ones, say $950 more a month. Okay, all right. I know aid and attendance come from the VHA, the VA hospital, but paid through the VA, VBA. Is SMC thing is called SMCL. Okay. To get the SMCL, you say me. Now, it'll be worth it, huh? To get these secondary conditions. Like one of the most, for disabled veterans, heart disease. If you're not service connected for heart disease, but it's a high chance that you have a heart attack, you may want to file that claim, huh? You hear what I'm saying? So that they'll be protected and they can get that doggone DIC death benefit if you pass away. Aid in attendance is special monthly compensation. Okay, PCAFC is VHA. Okay. Now listen, Nate says currently 100% permanent total with special monthly compensation. S, have a family member as caregiver working on 1151 claim, expecting 100% under the law, expecting big back pay. I'm a spoiled army brat. If you need a ride to the bank, let me know. Oh, you're thinking about caregiver program. Yeah, that's why I thought I said caregiver program. I thought I said caregiver. So this is something you want to be service connected, even if at a secondary level. Cancers, family, very important to be service connected, primary, secondary. Lower respiratory diseases. So these are reasons why, conditions of why you would file open claim, even with 100% permanent total rate, to protect your loved ones, like COPD, toxic exposure under the PACT Act, and terror. So you might want to open up a new claim. Cancers, of course. Non-service connected disabilities. It's important, either you're 10 years or you try to get service connected for them. And if you have your life expectancy is short, file a claim, they should expedite it. I saw them expedited before. Now listen what backwards law say. LOL H-Town said, you need a ride to the bank, call me. Laughing my off. Yes, indeed. Listen. He's on fire tonight, backwards law. Am I cutting up? I'm boiling strip and cussing. You know what I'm saying? He is. I don't miss nothing, huh? And family, somebody, if the veteran passes away, we need to consider these things, how it would affect the dependents, whether it be the spouse, minor children, or helpless children, or children over the age of 21, over the age of 18 who's still attending a VA-approved educational program, or your dependent parents that meet the financial requirements and they're qualified as dependents. Oh, I like the likes. Family, we got 24 likes and 16 watching. Thank you. And remember, the DIC benefits is very important because if the veteran's 100% permanent total, so it may be worth the risk if the veteran doesn't pass away of the service-connected disability. They haven't been married long enough to get to get it for any non-service-connected disability, or that the veteran hadn't reached the 10 years at 100%. Because they qualify not just for this, but also they'll still get the Chapter 35 in the healthcare, even if they don't get this. And here are some of the rates, family, for the unmarried spouse that didn't turn 55, and for the first child, second child, $421, and so on. Yeah, there's an age limit. I forgot what it is for Chapter 35. And remember, this is a tax-free benefit for the family members, even get a tax-free rate. Shrimp, yummy. Now, is there an age limit for Chapter 35? Yes, I think, is it 26? I forget. My daughter did it, or until they run out of the benefit. And I think Champ VA is like 23. Somewhere like that. Now listen, or when school finishes, college is over. Now listen, yeah, I think it's 26 for Chapter 35. So let's see what y'all say. Listen what Charlton say. So for that spouse, Benny, I guess should start taking applications. Yeah, I ain't hiring nobody, but I'm taking applications. Listen, 26. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Jimmy Elmo. Y'all cutting up. We got to have fun with this. Family, I do a lot. I know we use some of the slides over again, but I tie this thing together. I do this intentionally so y'all understand. Remember, if you lose the primary condition, or if you don't ever file for the secondary conditions to service connect them to the primary, you may have trouble proving, not impossible. If you had heart condition and you die from a certain other condition that's secondary, if you know that, you can get it, but it's better if you secondary for it, because if you lose that primary, you might lose the secondary that you're getting cash from it too. Now listen, for children, listen what 101 say. For children, if they become eligible, turn 18, or finish high school, which my daughter skipped a grade, so she finished before 18, but she finished high school. Or finish high school, or after August 1, 2023, there is no age limit or expiration date for using Chapter 35 education benefits. Look and send that to me so I'll know. Because that's very important. I want to know. Send that rule of law to me, Jimmy L. Moore. Y'all got my you got my email. You email me sometime. This is true. Okay, we're gonna check it out. Thank you. 101, send that to me. Now listen to what Novell says. Family, y'all have been very interactive tonight. That few extra $100 ain't worth the pain of potential divorce which is fairly high. Be careful. Now, we did a video on divorce. Y'all remember that? We haven't done one lately because we ain't trying to discourage the married people, but we have a video dealing with VA benefits and divorce. Thank you, 101. Come on, family. And get that verified and get it back to us, okay? 101, so I can put that out on the channel. And here's the application for DIC death benefits, which is called death indemnity compensation. And also you can use this for claim substitution, which is called accrued benefits, meaning if they pass away, that the family member, and they had an open claim, the family member can get the whatever comes, the back pay, called accrued benefits. Now listen, ask me anything you want to know about divorce and VA benefits. I'll tell you. Do that divorce live stream on Halloween. It will scare all the married people. We'll do that on Halloween. You messy, but I'll do it. Huh? And married people, you don't have to show up if you don't want to. But you can do it to help somebody else. Then another benefit of filing new claims. Now, I don't know. If you're already 100% permanent total, you don't need to file a new claim. But just know, you can get certain benefits. Well, let's say you're temporary 100%. You want to be permanent so you can keep the benefits, state benefits, at 100% permanent. Some of them you got to be 100% permanent total. Every state got benefits at the state level. State benefits for veterans. This could be financial benefits, educational, recreational, going to parks, educational, free tuition, veteran dependents. They may be able to do the tax exemption on the house when you pass away. Transportation, it can be tollways, parking, and parking at the airport, and employment benefits, family. Come on now. Haven't we went over a whole bunch of stuff? This is the quality of what we're doing. Public Law 117-328, amended USC 3512. Let me know what that's about. Now, the state normally tells you that you have to be PNT to get the state side of the benefit. In Texas, you can get the tax exemption at unemployability, right? Even though unemployed temporary, but other states you got to be permanent total. Let me know if you can get it with a temporary rating in your state, a total tax exemption on your house, or is it PNT? Put PNT if you got to be PNT to get it. Let us know. in housing, family, get a lot of benefits. You want to make sure you handle it. And my last question, all that we've talked about tonight, let us know, is it worth the risk to open up a new claim when you're 100% permanent total? At least, is it less worth the risk or more? Is it worth the risk? Let us know. Yes or no. Now listen what Charlton say. If you get a house before married, it don't count as community property as long as spouse not on deed, or if they put something onto the house, if they nail a board, but you better check with a lawyer before you do it. Check with a lawyer before you get married and ask them what it is. And you might have to have them file a prenuptial agreement. Now, backwards law say TDIU qualifies as it is written out as total disability. Yeah, you can do that. That's a permanent rating too. That is what they require in Tennessee. In Texas, you can be IU. You can be TDIU, IU, or 100% permanent total. The thing is with IU, I got the tax exemption on my house when I was temporary 100%. Now it would have fell off if they'd have reduced my rating. So, but every state is different. Now listen to what George say. My state, Maine, will give you free handicap plates at 100% P&T. Now, our plates, disabled vet plates, license plate for cars, come at a 50% rating. What about your state for license? Once y'all tell it. Now, listen what Charlton say. So, H-Town, now you can get a woman. I want one. I'm gonna have my military ID sticking out of my pocket when I walk around. Listen, trying to tease them a little bit, right? Now listen, Betty say tax exemption 100% P&T in Maryland. That's a high standard. You don't have to just be 100%. You got to be 100% permanent total. Family, is it worth the risk of filing a new claim? Yes or no? Is it worth the risk? Now that you've been informed, now I want you to answer. Now, if you were 100% permanent total, given the information that we went over tonight and we exchanged with each other, when you get 100% permanent total, are you done? Put done in the chat if you're done. If you got 100% permanent total, or if you would get 100% permanent total, would you be done? Or are you going to poke the bear? Let us know. Are you done? Yes or no? Are you done? Yes or no? That's what we want. Yes or no? Are you done? Once you got that 100% permanent total. George said no. Not done. Hold on, let me see. Y'all cutting up on me. I missed some stuff. Let's see. Do you have DV plates? I have DV plates. I don't know about him backwards. H-Town, keep your ID in your wallet. Full in your wallet. Okay, I will, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm going to get knocked upside the head. Betty, I'll be walking around, somebody knock me upside the head. And look, somebody, girlfriend say, go over there and distract them while I knock him upside the head. You know what they say? That all the young women have to do, rubber older guy on his ball spot and the wallet just fly open. That's what my preacher used to say. Yes, I'm done. Charlton say, no, not done. Then backwards law say, not yet. That is the final claim I'm waiting on right now. I hear you. Benny say, not done. Now backwards law say, I have handicap plates, but waiting on the DV ones. Do you get any special privileges in your state with DV plates? We get to park in special parking downtown for about 3 hours. We get to ride all the tollways in the Houston area for free, but in Dallas, it's not all of them. None of them are free. And in Austin, some of them are free. They got speed limits that's up to 85 degrees here. 85 speed limit here in Texas. over there past Austin, going toward Fort Hood. Not done, say Betty. Say poke the bear, George said. Betty said 100% for DV plates in Maryland. That's out of control, boys. Man, we did that thing tonight. We've been in there. We're going to get ready to close out. Verify all information that you get. Because you don't want to rely to someone to your detriment. Have you ever got any bad information from someone concerning your VA claim and it hurt you? It kind of slows your claim down or you had to start all over? Let us know. Watch out for misinformation. You hear me? Verify everything. Now let's see what say one of one say backwoods law. Do you know if every DV plate has a handicap emblem? Not all, but you can get down here in Texas, you can only get one handicap emblem on if you're a disabled veteran on one vehicle. The other ones have to just have disabled DV, we call them DV plates, a disabled veteran. Everybody's a little different. Now listen to what Novell say. I am done. I am in an incredible financially pretty position. I ain't never heard it put like that. At a very young age, most of my peers will never be able to catch up. What's playing around my head? That's a spider. It got me nervous. I hear you. Don't tell them too much. Don't want them hating on you. Now listen, backwoods law says this. Backwoods law says this here. They do have some stuff in Nashville, I think, but have not heard of many others. Just looking forward to the property tax relief will be nice. And I wonder if they go back. Say VSO. VSO, bad information. Okay. The ones in Tennessee, yes, they are the ones with the U.S. flag and has a wheelchair on it. Yeah, you can only get one with the wheelchair. And we got so many custom plates. You can get them with the Bronze Star, the Good Conduct Medal. You can have the Navy is the best looking one. Navy and Air Force is the best looking ones to me. Then Marines. U.S. Army look ugly to me, and I'm Army. I got bad information from VSO. A lot of us did. That's why. Now listen what 101. So we can park in the blue handicap spot. It depends on your state. Find out what the rules is for disabled veteran in your state. Here they used to be all day, then they changed it to 3 hours. You don't have to have the blue placard. You can just do it with DV plates here. But I got the placard too. Used to be you could do it without the placard, but then in 2022 they changed that. Somebody hated on the veteran, so now you got to have the placard. Keep everyone out of your business. Hey, listen, you listen what Betty said. Don't let people know what you're getting, especially guys and females. Ain't nobody business you dealing with. They'll be telling everybody when y'all break up. Now, backwoods law say the place to get them, you have to be listed as a registered owner. Yeah, so let's say in Texas, the way they do it, to get disabled veteran place, you have to be one on the registration of the vehicle. It can be somebody on it, right? So with my daughter, she, get DV plates because, I'm on the vehicle too. Can be issued as many as you have cars. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Now listen, Charlton say, and it depends on your state. Betty Bob Shipmate, stop sending thunder and lightning over to me, please, because he's in Pennsylvania and she's in Maryland. I heard thunder. You see something my way about an hour ago. It was thundering outside. It's hot and dry as it is around here. Now look, I have the placard and the plates. You got the placard. Who got the placards and the plates? You got the blue handicap placard or the red one and the plates. Let us know. Put placards and the plate in there if you got both of them. And the words of Nicki Minaj, you got the hammer and the wrench. I share the love. Come on now. I've enjoyed y'all tonight, fam. Y'all been so incredible. Hey, I try to give y'all good information. We're going to be chatting and talking, but we got to Now, Betty says she just had a placard. Please like, share, and subscribe. Click on those notifications, fam. Can y'all do that for us? If you haven't done it, make sure you hit that like button. If you not subscribed, I hope we can win your subscription. The hammer and the wrench. That's right. That's what Nicki Minaj say. When I heard my daughter say, I kept repeating that. You know how older people wear it out. We're not going to go over any new rules tonight. We'll go over that next time. Update. We do updates on the M21 manual. 80% is it risky to put in for it? No. No, if you're at 80%, putting in for TDIU is what you're supposed to do. Now, if you're not 100%, the risk is worth it to me. Any rating under 100% is worth filing a claim, in my opinion. I have none. I am trying to stay low key. Okay. You don't like putting them DV plates on there. I get them because of the tollways. Has anybody seen Pastor Dougie? Where is Pastor Dougie? Have you seen the Secretary of VA, Doug Collins, with all this stuff going on? Where's he to reassure us, to let us know that everything's going to be all right? How is the weather where you at, fam? And what is the temperature where you at? I heard some thunder and y'all say going on. Let us know, what's the temperature? Plates free, ain't they? Well, in Texas, it depends on your state. Depends on the state. The first one here is $3 for the first disabled veteran plate. All right. The ones after that, you pay the full price, about 50 to so many. But the first one is about $3. Depending on your state. In Texas, it's $3 on the first one. No, you should be good. You are what the VA calls scheduler for TDIU. That's right. Okay. Now, $10 billion. This is what she say, Pastor Dougie had. $10 billion USD bunker with the waterfall, the underwater waterfalls. He's up on, oh Lord. Now listen to what Backwoods Law say. And if anything, we're in the after party, anything y'all want to say, talk about anything, you can just go ahead and do it. If you are currently working through, that will complicate the issue. Okay. I hope they know who you're talking to. Now, 101 say 78 degrees in Middle Tennessee. I need to stop in Tennessee. Oh, shout out to Tennessee. The great, the wonderful. I loved her. Dolly Parton. She is very highly loved in the Black community because she's always been a writer. She, you know, back in the day, a lot of people wouldn't talk about, if they were white, they wouldn't talk about being poor. She had no problem. She grew up poor, and with her, you know, and she just was a good person. She never talked about it, but Black people that I've talked about, she would go to the Black schools and buy them all the uniforms, pay for stuff. She did this for years. She would look out for anybody, but rest in peace, love to Dolly Parton. I'm gonna tell you, so if y'all want to know, a lot of people say, why Black people don't like this people that we really got respect for, and I ain't speaking for everybody, but Dolly Parton, you ain't gonna hear us say nothing about her. We got nothing but respect for Dolly. Dolly wrote that song, that Whitney Houston song, her greatest song, I Would Always Love You. That was a song that Dolly Parton wrote. She was a gifted songwriter. You understand it? She from Tennessee. I don't know where in Tennessee. I apologize. I saw her riding around her property on the little go-kart. Where's she from in Tennessee, family? She from a little town, from what I remember. And what I liked about her, and family, I'm sorry, y'all say what y'all want to. I'm just telling you what I feel, because she always was a good lady. She was always good people. And you know, Kenny Rogers, her good friend, he from right here in Fourth Ward in downtown Houston. Yes, indeed. He lived in the projects back then. The projects was really made for the white folks, so he would play with the Black kids that were from the neighborhood of Fourth Ward, which is Freemantown, when we were first free from slavery, right there. So, you know, they were all right there. Kenny Rogers talked about this is a small world, family. 101, man, I mean, man, that just really hit me, because I really love Dolly Parton. man, I never thought about how good a person she is. And I'm gonna tell you somebody else that I got a lot of respect for. And you know, Chris Hansen, I like him because he always been cool. They doing a movie about Chris Hansen and they making him like he was chasing the ratings and stuff. And that's when I realized how much respect I had. I said, why they attacking Chris Hansen? My daughter showed me the movie. I say, Chris Hansen a good guy. I don't want you thinking bad about him. Chris Hansen is a cool man. They had him all on the Boondocks. And he, well, you know, even when they did this movie, he said, yeah, they doing what they doing. He ain't tripping over nothing. Man, Dolly Parton was good people. It was a lady in her neighborhood. She was like the neighborhood kind of hussy that people would, you know, kind of talk about because she kind of got around on the sexual side of the game. She said the way I dressed was based on her because say some of them women were just jealous because she was an attractive woman, but she had got a bad reputation back then. But she said I dressed and you know she got a part of her style for a show from her. Huh? Now listen, 78 degrees in Middle Tennessee. Please let me know if y'all send me an email when they have a funeral because I want to see if they televise it. In Tennessee, you have to pay $3 as a processing fee. I think I had to pay $8. This is for your registration for your car to get them DV tags, but it's forever. Oh, what state you in, Jimmy? I want to know what state. I might move there. Now listen to what Charlton say. 72 degrees, Betty stopped storming in Pennsylvania. Yes, indeed. Shreveport, okay, 87 degrees. Let's see what it is here in Texas. 85 degrees in the Houston area, Houston, Texas area. You're right. Rest in peace, Dolly. We love Dolly. Dolly Parton. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. You can't find I don't know a black person that's in their right mind that don't really got rock with Dolly Parton. When stuff happened, she stood up and spoke out, and I respect her. She was always a Christian lady, and that's what I liked about her. You know, she good people. Now, 74 degrees and storming in Charlotte. I'm sorry, when y'all mentioned Tennessee, I got triggered because when my daughter told me that, it really hurt my heart. She was 80 years old. She was a little older than my mother. Backwoods law, 87 degrees and cloudy, threatening in the northeast Tennessee. Now listen to what the next generation says. Would you all prefer that the M21 reference were included in decision letters, and would it just be confusing? Now what he's saying is this here. When they ever quote for the decision letter, they don't quote the M21 usually, do they? Or do they quote the 38 CFR, which is the actual law book, not the manual they go by? So would you want them to quote the M21-1? I say put both of them in there. Confusing or not, I get somebody to help me decipher it. What do y'all think about that? The flag is flying at half staff until September. Is that for who? Jimmy, who is that for? Is that for the wonderful Dolly Parton? Oh man. Don't say, y'all gonna make me cry, man. I don't know how to say it. Sevierville, Tennessee is where she was living. Where was she born? Remember her song, The Coat of Many Colors? So she was born in Locust Ridge, Tennessee. And she had like, her parents, and she had several siblings, and they all grew up in this small house, which was common back then for everybody. Pittman Center, Tennessee. So where she was. Now, Dolly Parton is from Locust Ridge, Tennessee, a small rural community in Silver County. Okay. Near Silverville and Pigeon Forge. Man. I got nothing but love for her. You know, we need to start appreciating the good people. We pay attention to all this other stuff going on, but people good, we wait till they pass. Oh, that was a good person. Give them their flowers while they're alive. I'm going to start thinking of all the good people that's around. But Chris Hansen, I like him. Okay, Chris Hansen be cutting me up when he be on his catch a predator stuff. he be using little black terms and stuff. He be, what's going on now? You know, he be trying to, because they be trying to talk that jive sometimes to get caught. Oh, man. Now, listen, and he fair. Whoever come, that's who he catch. He ain't trying to target black. He get whoever comes, whoever take the bait. Now, it's 74 degrees in Clarksville, Tennessee. All right. Fam, I really enjoyed y'all, and I thank y'all. I feel some kind of way about Dolly Parton passing, you know. M21-1 would be helpful for me on decision letter, but I have 30 years of dealing with VABS. Would narrow my response time down. Come on now. I like it. The reason you would do it. Jimmy Elmore say Louisiana. Okay. Mama loved Dolly. Oh, they all, when 9 to 5 came out, that movie, and she came down here, and you know that's right down the street from me, the highway from me, where they did that movie, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. That was her and Burt Reynolds did that. We need to go back and watch some of her movies, you know. That was because that guy that with the white hair wig, that was Marvin Zindler. He's a very famous reporter down here. He went down, supposed to be a chicken ranch, and it was a prostitution house, and they beat him up in real life. And asked him what they think of when Marvin Zindler was still alive. His family had Zindler suits. He's a very famous reporter that would do, like, you know, in the field reporting. We love, man. We got history down here in Houston. Let me tell y'all something. But everybody was in on it because it was between here going to San Antonio, where the prostitute house was like a little hotel, and the truckers would go there, and the police knew everything. They wouldn't say nothing. They went in there questioning them because, you know, they make a little money in the country town, the oldest profession. Mama loved it. Okay, now, I would think it would be beneficial from the next mission says. The argument against is that vets would not understand it. Talking about the M21-1. It changes too often, and the CFR is more important. However, if they're making the decision, I want to ask you this question, the next mission. If they're making the decision off the M21 manual and not the 38 CFR, which the Board of Veteran Appeals tend to use the 38 CFR when they make a decision, and the rater at your local VA regional office use the M21-1, would it be good to have both of them in there? And the 30 CFR is more important. Yeah, because you can fight it better with that. I agree. Because I used the 38 CFR when I rebutted them, and they respected my gangster. I had help from my VSO. Man, air is humid up here. Everywhere is cooling down, LOL. Come on now. We're going to get these last comments, and we're going to get up out of here. Now, look, 101. Dolly has a new song coming out when she would be 100 years old. Oh, that's good. She kept that phone. The quote, neither 38 CFR or M21 man. Okay. Now, let's see what we got here. Y'all have been so committed tonight, and we thank you for that. They never quote neither 38 CFR or M21 manual. I quoted the 38 CFR when they were in error, and they acknowledged it at the regional office when I did that. I said they need to consider the whole medical record, not just one examiner's report. And they said they gave me a new exam based on they should have considered the whole medical record. Bam. Now listen, I told them what I wanted. I asked what I wanted based on the 38 CFR, and that this is a full grant based on the 38 CFR. That's on your decision letter too. Now, why they don't put the M21 on there? You right about that. The 30 CFR reference should be included in the reason for decision section of all decision letters. I agree. If not, that make that may be a topic for a high level review. I totally agree. If they don't give you a full reason why they denied you, you should be able to get a high level review. Now, I was going to a pink supermarket chat, but it was $50. I'm quiet. Okay, I got you. Oh Lord, you got me on that one. Now listen, the real Sir Gemini says, I'd like the 30 SCFR and M21 and the statement from the examiner and the thought processes and applications from the rater or decision maker. That is really interesting that you would ask that. I think that's great. I think that's a good idea. Fall starts September the 22nd. H-Town birthday is in September. Anybody remember when? Jolene. I think that's one of her songs too, ain't it? Now listen, another one I like, you know, we love country music. We invented country music, black people. Please say, I ain't nobody. Tell him H-Town what he doing. He break it all the way down. Everyone had a black mentor. But I love Johnny Cash. Now listen, but he was trained by a man that played the banjo, a black man. So was T-Todd taught Hank Williams, the father. The Carter family learning from a man named Leslie. Huh? Yeah, I'm a Virgo. Now, excellent point, H-Town. That's why I think decision letters should have both references. Vets are capable of walking and chewing gum at the same time. Give us the data. We got this, because we need to know what they made a decision on. What was it based on, so we can see if it jives with whatever the rule is, so we can what do you call it? Refute it. Is I'm saying it right? Refute it. I don't think I ever said that word refuted before in my life. Isn't that weird? I couldn't say it because I heard other people say refuted. Am I saying it right? Will you do Sunday video on time, H-Town? Curious. Charlton, I ain't worried about you. Talk to the hand, Charlton. LOL. September 19 is my birthday. That's right. Y'all better be here for my birthday. I'm going to cry. Tell me what day of the week September 9th is. September 19 is on what day in September? I have a procedure in the beginning of September, all right? Pray for me. It ain't just a little routine colonoscopy. H-Town is a Virgo. Watch out. You better believe it. Why you got to watch out? I'm going to be on my best Christian behavior. Listen. Now listen. H-Town birthday, September 19th. He won't let you forget. I ain't like my aunt. Hers was in August. She say she celebrate the whole month. I said, how convenient for you and how self-serving, right? Hold on a second. You sure Marine can walk and chew gum? Oh boy, y'all with the Marine jokes. You ever seen the one with the Marine next exercise? Whenever arrow go to this walk, and that's the exercise. You keep going in circles. I say, man, that was in the restroom. I said, that's crazy. Look like a Saturday. Okay, so it's gonna be on a Saturday. We might have to do a little something on Saturday. We might do it that Saturday morning. Remember, we have a live stream Saturday, September 19th. So that morning, come on through. Show some love to H-Town that morning. What I'm doing, family. I appreciate it. We've been here, almost 3 hours. Y'all be getting me slipped up here. Family, I hope we cover what we said. And family, we put out this information to make veterans more knowledgeable. And we thank you for your engagement, your support, your kindness, your information, sometimes even correction. And we want to thank y'all for showing up tonight. Family, let's say our final goodbyes. I may not be able to say it to everybody. Betty, good night. I say, watch out for the male Virgos. They will take your woman. You won't even see it. I don't know about that's kind of foreign to me, Betty. You know what I'm saying? I'm like this here. Ain't nobody took your woman. She was just ready to go. Oh, am I being messy? I ain't got no comment. Say good night from Jimmy Elmore. Yes, indeed. Then the next generation says good night all. Yes, indeed. Thank you for that. Good night, Backwoods Law. We appreciate you. Charlton, thank you. No comment, Charlton. I'll be here. and on time. Oh, that's a comment, ain't it? The Real Sir Gemini, thank you for your support and love. Thank you so much, 101. Thank you for your kindness, respect, support, all that. Jimmy Elmore, thank you. Backwoods Law, thank you. Say good night. Betty say Southern Virgo men, game over. Don't put us out there too bad. We talk slow, so we have to think slow, right? Listen, the San Diego Marine, thank you for everything. We support you and appreciate you in everything that you do. Hopefully, if you plan on moving, be safe in your move where you go to. Make sure they got the benefit. Benny say good night, everyone. Novell say take care, everyone. Betty say good night, Backwoods Law, and take care, Backwoods Law. Family, we doing Novell. Thank you for the love, for being here, showing up and showing out. We thank George for coming through, doing what he do. Thank you, George. And we want to thank Nathan. Everybody say hi and show love to Nathan. And so we appreciate you. I think y'all did say it already. 66 Love, thank you so much. Neil Step, thank you for your support, kindness, love, respect, being there for us. We appreciate you. Flex Man coming through, showing up and showing out, dropping the knowledge. Thank you so much, Flex Man. See, this is where we come when you working together. That's what I come here for. 101 say until next time. Betty say good night, Benny. Benny say good night. Have a good weekend. Everybody say rest well, family, from 66 Love. Rose City D, thank you for being here. Hellfish Haven, thank you for stopping by. Go check his channel out. My brother over there bringing the information and support and to the veteran. See about it. Okay, hold on. I just had W.L. Gardner Jr., thank you so much for being here tonight. And we thank you for supporting us and being engaged in what we're doing. The Real Sir Gemini, you know we love you. No got nothing but love for you. You always come through, brother. Come on now. And we wish y'all well. And congratulations on that 100% rating for Scott. Got the 100% permanent total. And that was what? That was right on time, the topic that we were covering tonight. Am I right? Then Dome Logic came through. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here and showing up. Family, a lot of people came in here tonight. Trying not to miss nobody. Thank you for the donations from Neil Step, the super chat from Scott, the super chat from 101. Thank y'all. Our sister Grace had a little time. She come through. Thank you for being here, Grace. We love you, my sister. I'm going to send you an email. I'm going to take some pictures. Send me some of them pictures of Tidewater area. I miss them. Because, I used to live up there, and she sent me beautiful pictures from up there of the landscape and everything, how it's changed. Thank you for always looking out for me, sister, when you get a chance. Now, let's see. Okay, the first person in was Jimmy Elmore, and we thank him for being there. We're going to get ready to close out. It said good night from Betty. Say congratulations to Scott. Neil say good night to all with love. GN 101. Good night, Hellfish. Thank you so much. Flex Man, thank you. 66 Love. Everybody showing love. Rest well, family. Come on now. And the last one we got here is Betty say, H-Town vet. H-Town, good night. Have a blessed night and restful sleep and have a beautiful weekend. See you Saturday. And I thank you, Betty Box, for being such supportive and playing such a motivated and supportive role on the channel. And we thank her. And everybody show love to Betty. We getting ready to close out. Show love to Betty Box. Yes, indeed. She keeps it going, and we thank her for what she does. and we appreciate you. And as they say, we value you for who you are. So, family, I want to say good night. Thank y'all. We did this thing. I hope the thumbnail was nice. We try to do things that's catching and appealing. And we thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. Show Betty some love, family. No love sent to Cash App, LOL. She say, send them shingles. She like the ones that jingle. Y'all are this. I don't know what I'm going to do with y'all. Family, y'all really did this thing today, and we appreciate y'all. Family, do y'all understand? I know y'all about gone. Family, it ain't how many people come in the chat. I know y'all about gone. We almost got 400 views on this thing right now. Did you hear me? We got 389 views on this video before it's over with. Family, some people sitting back and chilling. And YouTube been saying they haven't been reporting the full numbers. Family, send to H-Town. Now, we don't have no problem. We gonna bless people here. Listen, Betty say 26 likes and 6 watching. Yes, indeed, 6 watching. Family, I want to say thank y'all for being engaged. Oh, look, I'm feeling touched. And see, I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna be watching about Dolly Parton movies. I'm gonna tell you, it's weird. It's weird because I'm from a black family, but she reminds me of one of my aunties. I guess because she's a Southern woman too, but she's from Tennessee. It is weird that Southern people from Tennessee ain't much different from Southern people from Texas, but we're a little crazy down here. I gotta say that. Hold on, man. Hold on now. Novell, why you trying? What you trying to make me feel sensitive, man? What you talking about? Listen what he say. Much love and respect. Salute you. Listen to what Novell say. You are a great host, H-Town. That really means a lot to me. Yeah, she reminds me of my aunt. Which one of my aunts talk fast like that? Would talk all that. I'm trying to remember. Oh Lord, which one of my family members? I think more one of my older cousins. I think my older cousin, maybe, oh Lord, she might be listening, but Frida, beautiful woman, and just she could talk and fill a room, but she was down there. Frida was kind of quiet. Now listen. Oh, look at it. We got a Navy exchange. Everybody show love to Wendy. Thank you for showing up in here. Hellfish Haven, love. Okay. Hello, love. Okay. Okay, Miss Wendy. All right. Everybody show love to Wendy. And we appreciate y'all tonight. We are appreciative, and we thank you for being here. We thank you for your kindness. We're going to get ready to close out. We thank everybody show love to Wendy, okay? And we want to thank y'all. She said, hello, friends. Yes, indeed. And we want to thank you. We want to appreciate y'all. Yeah, come on back, Miss Wendy. And we thank y'all. And we're going to see y'all next time. And y'all have a wonderful day. We work hard at doing this, and we're committed to it. We're going to see you on the next one. Good night. Love to the family. Peace and hair grease. Take care.